Hey guys, welcome back. We are finally back with the Chris and Kadie Show, episode number 22. And Kadie has been halfway across the world. She's got a wedding license now and had a minor role in the destruction of an entire region, perhaps. I don't know.
Uh, Maybe.
But
It's
then,
maybe.
guys, Kadie Lynn is a married woman. Well, how's that going?
Don't look at my nails because I've been trying to get them off. Because I'm a cheap bitch. I ain't going back to get them taken off.
Y'all
But I
saw that she
can't
was
get.
like, "Oh shit, those look bad."
I have five that I can't get off. Two on one hand and three on the other. But
That was so
see, I
funny.
got.
You can't get them off,
Can't. They hurt. Oh, but this is the ring.
guys. This is why we don't talk too much before we start the episodes because stuff like that happens right there. And if that would have happened
I
before we started recording, I would have been so mad at you because that is
I
such
always
a way to
pop
come
off.
back.
I always pop off with some stupid shit.
I can't get my nails off. So I'm going to keep it real. I shouldn't be talking about this because, god damn it, I'm kind of afraid of this. So I don't have health insurance, right? And I'm
Me neither.
old and I'm diabetic as well. Well, I'm going to say this is really gross and I shouldn't be sharing this on the show, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Well, last year I painted my toenails, right? As you know, I used to paint my nails a lot. I still do from time to time, but I swear to God, like my two big toes, the toenails are only still attached because of my fingernails. The nail polish, I mean.
Oh, I was like, that. I said your toenails are
So
attached because of
yeah,
your
so I
fingernails.
went to like, cut the nails and all that the other night, and when I went to cut the toenail, the whole damn thing tried to come off. So
I have lost my big toenail twice.
So that terrifies me, and I'm just like, yo, if I had health insurance, I would just go to the ER and have them take care of it, or, talk to, somebody like a regular doctor or whatever, and just have them remove them. But right now, I'm just like slowly putting socks on and shit, trying not to like get those gnarly ass things stuck in something so they just fall off.
Piggies out.
So I'm
Let them
hoping
piggies loose.
I'm gonna audition for the Wicked Witch of the whatever, the West, when Wizard of Oz live in Broadway. No,
God.
I got some gnarly ass toenails. Where are we at? We're already off the rails, Kadie. All right, we're gonna
Oh, by the
do.
way, everybody wondering what the hell I've been doing over here. I couldn't get the lid off of this because Jackson screwed it too hot and this tea's too hot. I need to let it cool off.
So
Okay, moving in.
we have missed 4 Mondays of this show. It was supposed to be three. So the first three were her fault, first of all, and the last one was my fault. But we're back finally, and so I've had some emails saying when we're coming back is the show over. So that's good. That's good news that people
That
have.
is good. You're
Yeah,
here.
that means people have noticed that we haven't been doing this. What was that? We just got like a little. All right, whatever. But anyway, we're gonna do top five. We missed all of the Halloween season for top five. I think we did Halloween candy, but now that we're
Yeah,
back, we can really focus on this. And I think you guys this week's topics are very interesting to say the least.
I'm excited.
Me too. So we're gonna start with top five favorite Thanksgiving foods. So the way this is gonna work, it has to be something that is traditionally served during a Thanksgiving dinner. So you can't say like you can't say like sardines
Wing,
or pizza or
wing.
chicken wings. You're right, exactly. It has to be something that you can squint at it a little bit and like kind of see it as a Thanksgiving food. So first, before we do this, if you guys are watching or hearing this on YouTube or Spotify, make sure you guys put your own top five favorite Thanksgiving foods in the comments. Would love for you guys to do that. And so, Kadie, we're going to start with you. What is your number five favorite Thanksgiving food?
Okay, so it would be higher, but the ones that are traditionally used for Thanksgiving are, I mean, they are bomb. I mean, obviously it's number five, but dinner rolls. I mean, it's the Hawaiian ones. It's the little bitty ones in the package, and they're freaking amazing. But if they were like rolls, it would
Mm.
definitely be higher on my list.
There's a set of rolls or a brand of rolls called Rhodes, Rhodes, and they are amazing. And the only reason why we don't get them is because they have yeast, and so you have to wait for them to rise and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't all Red Lobster bougie like Kadie Lynn. So like we.
Oh, real. Look, y'all. By the way, I texted Boston over here and told him where was I in Colorado?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in Colorado and I texted him. I said, by the way, I just saw a Red Lobster and I thought of you.
This is great stuff. I actually have turkey as my number 5. And I'm going to tell you why. I love turkey if it's done right.
Yes.
But I feel like turkey is so easily done wrong.
Done wrong. Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I am fortunate to have a family that everyone is just bomb.com at cooking.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've had some years when I was younger when we kind of traditionally did holidays. My family really doesn't traditionally do holidays anymore. Now, that's probably going to change now that our grandson lives with us again. So we're probably going to have to do like Thanksgiving dinners and Halloween and Christmas and Easter and all that stuff, which is fine. I mean, we can play the part, but over the years when I was younger, I always felt like turkey was either too dry or under spiced or under seasoned.
Yeah.
You know, but when it was done right and if you can get a good turkey, yeah. And like here in Texas, like smoked turkey is the way to go. Like smoked turkey is some good shit, man. What is people are probably like, number 5 is turkey? What is wrong with you, Boston? You will see. You will understand where I am going with this. And hopefully people will be like, okay, I got you. What's your number 4, Kadie?
I have veggies, but and you know, like people make like the little like veggies, but specifically like zucchini, like the squash, all that kind of shit, and like obviously like green beans, but all the veggies, like all the time. My family every year, somebody usually has like a huge bowl of like just like roasted veggies,
just
you know,
random roasted vegetables.
Yes, that is my number 4.
I understand. So I'm there with you. My family was kind of whack when it came to vegetables, at least when I was younger, right? Like they would do like the turnip and squash and
See, squash is dope.
Yeah, I remember turnip used to smell so bad. Like it would just permeate the house and make you want to leave. You know, it was like the opposite of making you hungry. You know what I mean?
It's the opposite.
Yeah. And like I remember we used to have to like peel the turnips too. And them some bitches are hard as hell, Kadie.
I've never seen, touched, ate anything a turnip.
Just don't.
I wouldn't.
The only time you should turn up is when you go to the club.
Yo. Hey, I can do that now.
All right, number 4. Yes, you can. That's right, you can. Number 4 for me is candied yams. What? No. What is wrong with you? What do you mean? No dry heat.
No.
Candy yams is okay. If you go to like Cracker Barrel, right?
Listen. Full disclosure, never had them.
Well, then you can't vomit in your mouth.
I don't like the look or the smell.
Oh no, it's like dessert and a vegetable, bro. Seriously.
See, I don't like that. I don't like sweet potatoes either. Like
a sweet potato and a yam are the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, they're just.
Yeah, but that has the marshmallows.
Yes. Well, it depends on what you have. Like if you go to like Cracker Barrel, they have like sweet potato, like not a baked sweet potato instead of a baked potato, and like they put marshmallows and brown sugar in that and cinnamon.
That's Jackson's favorite.
Woo.
So like last year we made. It was we actually. We made sweet potato yam shit, and we bought like the marshmallow. What is it? Like the marshmallow people. Who the hell makes marshmallows? What's that brand?
I don't know the name of the brand. I don't know.
You know the rainbow shit.
I know what you're
Anyway,
talking about. Yeah.
they make a jar of like paste that's like marshmallow. We bought like two and some bitches and put it all.
That is called fluff, Kadie Lynn. That's called fluff. Marshmallow spread.
What did I say it was?
I always called it fluff. That was called fluff when I was a kid. And like,
I don't know.
If you made peanut butter and fluff sandwiches, those are called fluffernutters.
I have never seen that shit in my life until then.
Well, you should try it. So what you do, right, is get you like some bread and toast it, and then put like a thin layer of butter on each one of the pieces of your toast. Guys, try this out there. On each piece of toast with a thin thing of cinnamon. Okay, so now you got cinnamon and butter. Okay. Then you spread your peanut butter on one toast and your fluff on the other and put them together. Oh my freaking God, bro.
Jackson, did you get that?
Woo! Okay.
Nothing.
Anyway, so that was my number 4. Did you already do your 4?
Yes, the veggies.
That's right, roasted veggies. So what's your number 3, Kadie?
Mashed potatoes. Love me some good mashed potatoes.
I understand.
And you know what? I mean, yes, you can have some bland ass taters, but even if they're bland, they're still bomb. They're damn potatoes. But my family does them pretty bomb. And I love when you don't peel them with the skins and you put people put like garlic in them, like green onions and shit.
See, for me, I love potatoes. I can't stand mashed potatoes just because of the texture. I don't know why. It messes me up. But like if you baked it, I will fuck that up with a fork. But like I can't do mashed potatoes, but I will literally mess up a baked potato with my fork before I eat it.
See, I love both. I love all kinds.
Yeah.
But the reason it's only mashed potatoes and not mashed potatoes and gravy is because I only like my brown gravy in certain areas. When it comes to potatoes,
we are back on the gravy.
Gravy. It has to be white. So, and usually at Thanksgiving it's brown gravy. So I don't want brown gravy on my mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I feel like brown gravy should be for like pot roast and like beef related things. Yeah, I feel.
Hey, but like the KFC bowl, leave it.
Leave it. So I am on my number 3, and my number 3 is quick breads, and I haven't put a specific one because when I was a kid, the only time I ever got quick breads was during a holiday. So, like, I don't know why my family would never, like, make them during just a regular Tuesday night, right? Like, no, I had to wait till Easter or Thanksgiving and yeah, it's always different ones. Like, it's either banana nut bread or my favorite was cranberry orange bread. Oh, my God. I got some in my kitchen right now. Feel me? And now that I'm an adult, I can have that anytime I want. And the crazy thing is it sits in my kitchen until we have a holiday meal.
You're so full of shit. No way.
No, it's true. Like, it'll just sit there. Like, nobody will make it until we have a holiday, and then it's just there. And
oh, hey! It's this day. We need to have this. Oh, yeah, we have it out in the pantry.
Exactly. Yep, it's true. Yep, quick breads. But yeah, it's usually my mom would make banana nut and cranberry orange. And, I mean, all a quick bread is a muffin mix in a different mold, essentially. You know what I mean?
Literally, yeah.
But I know that other people make, like, cinnamon ones, and there's, like, buttermilk ones. And
yeah, like, my family, if we get any, it's usually, like, the cinnamon ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't dislike those either.
Yeah.
So what is your number 2 for top 5 favorite Thanksgiving food?
Well, it was higher for me, but turkey hit. But like you said, you're right though. But honestly, can it get worse than like deli turkey? I don't think so. And I eat that shit.
Yeah.
And I do love turkey. And I mean, usually at my family, it's pretty bomb.com. My brother usually does it. It's either my brother or my nephew that usually does like the barbecue or like the meat and stuff. That So good, so good. But yes, I get what you're saying. But I would still eat it anywhere.
Yeah, we don't even attempt to cook turkey anymore here. Toby, what's the name of the company we get the turkey from? Toby, what's the name of the company we get the turkey from? Greenberg Turkey, yes. Greenberg Turkey.
He said, huh?
So, yeah, so my studio over here is now his bedroom over there. So, like, yeah. I was like, you have to mute the game, Toby. He was like, but Dad! Oh, my God. Anywho.
Every Monday now, we're back at it.
But yeah, turkey is one that could be number one on this list, and it can very easily be the worst one on the list too. It just depends on who makes it.
My bangs are trash.
They're not.
Okay.
Stop messing with your hair. Number two is pie for me, Kadie Lynn. Pie. I'm a pie guy. I am not a cake guy. I don't know about you.
Singular. I cannot tell you how much wedding cake I have in my fridge.
I probably still have wedding cake in a fridge somewhere from my first marriage, to be fair.
Look, I need you to listen to me. No one ate the cake except for like a couple slices and like thin slices. I have put away an entire layer by myself.
So I feel like
I was gone for a week.
This is a psychological thing, I think. I think it's a psychological thing. I think people get invited to a wedding, right? And everybody's excited because they know there's going to be free food there. So, like, for me, I was like, yo, there's going to be free food. Me and Toby are going to go. We're going to pay out.
It was good-ass food, huh?
It was good, but, like, what I mean by psychological is, like, you're excited about the free food. And then you get to the wedding and your guilt starts, like, on you. Like, oh, I feel bad. I don't want to eat, you know? Like, then you start feeling bad. So then, like, I always felt bad about eating at like, functions like that because then I felt like somebody was missing out.
Well, for everybody with this feeling, we would rather you eat it and us get our money's worth.
That's right.
Then all of it go home with us.
Yeah, because now she has enough wedding cake to last her until her 25th wedding
I'm starting on the next tier. I'm starting on the next tier. Trust me.
She's going to be a diabetic by the first anniversary.
Okay, so I got the middle one tanked. That one's gone. Next one is the top one, and then the bottom one I got in the freezer right now. It'll probably be a second before I get to that.
The top 5 category is the top 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. Fubar, welcome in, my friend. Just a recap so far where we are at. Katie's number 5 was, remind me?
Dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls. Mine was turkey. Her number 4 was roasted mixed vegetables. Mine was candied yams. Her number 3 was
mashed potatoes.
And my number 3 was quick breads. Her number 2 was turkey, and mine was pie. And now we are on the number 1 favorite Thanksgiving food for Kadie Lynn. What is it?
Mac and cheese, ho!
Mac and cheese, ho!
Yup.
How does it feel to be wrong, Kadie?
How does it feel to about to have your ass beaten?
No, because you can't say mac and cheese is the best Thanksgiving food when stuffing exists.
No. Nope.
No, it's true. You're just wrong. Stuffing is the right answer.
No.
I mean,
no.
You didn't even make your top 5. How do you put roasted vegetables over stuffing?
I like stuffing.
How do you not like stuffing?
How do you like stuffing?
How do I like it? Usually with a little cranberry sauce, to be honest.
The only time I like cranberry juice is with my vodka.
Okay, I do not suggest cranberry sauce with vodka. However, you can get sauced by drinking vodka, if you know what I'm talking about. Yes, you can. But yes, that is our top 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. Who's got it right? Is it mac and cheese or is it stuffing, y'all? Comment down below. Kadie Lynn is right or Boston Chris is right. It's definitely stuffing. It just sucks to be wrong, Kadie. It does. It does.
You just say how to do mac and cheese.
So I heard from a little birdie named Kadie that the bitch fit this week is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Oh
I got a lot
boy.
of energy.
So guys, we have exactly 4 weeks or 5 weeks of bitch fitting to do. And in that time, Kadie has gotten married. She has done. She did her bachelorette party. She went on a honeymoon. She came home. She almost missed the show that she scheduled last year.
No, no. I was prepared this
So
time.
we have lots and lots of bitch fitting to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to her bitch fit screen, and you guys have fun with Kadie. Will she get us canceled this week? Gosh, I hope not. Let's find out.
Well, honestly, probably not because I have too much shit to talk about. We're skipping the dad jokes, unfortunately. We will come back to that next week after our scheduled programming. Whatever the fuck. Anyway, wedding. It was dope. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, y'all didn't hear about Bachelorette either. Holy shit, it's been a minute. So we went to Canyon Lake. We had a good time. We drank a lot. I dyed my maid of honor. My best what? Yeah, maid of honor. Yeah. I dyed her hair. Blackout drunk. We had the wedding. That was great. Also blackout drunk. I turned 21, by the way. The 29th of September, the week before the bachelorette and then the wedding. Then we went to Colorado. And things happened there. Um Our Airbnb was freaking awesome. We went to Pikes Peak. Loved it. Loved it. Jackson kept it from me that I might get altitude sickness, so I was puking by the time we got back to the Airbnb, but it was fine. Great experience besides that, though. It was on the come down. Okay, so for anybody out there in the future. I collected a whole bag of rocks from Colorado. Jackson has videos of me fucking like digging the rocks at Pikes Peak, and then we went to Garden of the Gods too. I have so many rocks. I was finding like actual quartz though and stuff. Like I wasn't just being weird. Like I found quartz, and I found granite. I have a bunch of granite. Pretty cool. I got some stickers. Got some pins. We went to Red Rocks Amphitheater. Also, guys, listen to this shit. I almost died. Be warned. Do not pregame and go to a concert there. Do not go there if you have health issues without letting somebody know. I almost died. Okay, here's the thing. Look it up. Okay? I have issues. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't walk or like do. I get winded easy and I will pass out. So I had to stop a few times getting up there. There was stair. It was like we were walking forever. And we got like it felt like we were walking forever. And then this guy was coming back down. It was like, y'all are halfway there. Here comes the stairs. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean the stairs? Just look it up. But I got pictures and everything. It was freaking beautiful. It was insane being there. The day we were there, Imagine Dragons was playing that night. So they were doing like sound check and all that kind of stuff. We didn't see him, but like it was pretty cool vibe regardless. But yeah, I almost died, and then I almost fucking rolled down to the bottom from the top.
Does that mean you had to imagine the dragons or no?
I did, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I was going radioactive. Anyway. But yeah, that was highlights of Colorado. Oh my god, Jackson is fucking obsessed with Smokey the Bear. So we went and hunted down a Smokey the Bear hat, and he got him a hat, and then we found him a Smokey the Bear shirt. So we got him his Smokey the Bear shirt and hat. Yeah, he looks pretty cute. I'll send you a picture. It's pretty stupid, to be honest. I said you and your Smokey the Bear and me and my damn bag of rocks. I cannot tell you how many fucking rocks I have. It's like literally like a grocery bag. The bottom is
I
filled.
feel like rocks is a good collectible though from a trip. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's free. Actually, and look, I had to look it up. So my friend Reagan, she's from Colorado, and I texted her and showed her my rocks, and she said, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And I was like, oh shit. Because Pikes Peak and Garden of the Gods, those are national parks.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up, it's not.
No,
Also,
those are not the kind of rocks that are illegal to take them over state lines.
correct. Also, might as well touch on it. I went to Colorado. Okay. I smoked weed.
No shit.
I smoked. Also, they do shit like good over there. I'm telling you. I went to a few, but I found this one that I really liked, and they take your ID before you walk in. You walk in, they scan it. You go to like a kiosk, you like look through their menu, like you sit and order things, and you
Interesting.
like they come and get you, and then they scan your ID again before they take you in like this back room, and then they check you out, and then they scan your ID again, and then they scan your ID before you leave. Like it's fucking insane, but it's great. I loved it. It felt very like secure, and everything you're getting is great. That was awesome. And look, I got too excited because I'm 21. I'm smoking weed. I bought a lot of weed, and then I bought beer, and I was like, I got to be like Wednesday. We got there Monday, and I got to be Wednesday, and I was to the point where I was like, I stopped and I was like, oh my god, I have so much shit. I was like, oh my god. I said, how am I gonna? What am I? I was like, what am I gonna do with this? So I was basically comatose for the rest of the week.
So you had to use it all before you came back home.
But I left 3 beers in the fridge. But know that weed got smoked.
God dang it, man.
Yeah.
Kadie was a zombie.
Yeah, it was okay. I can say it because it was legal.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Try me.
Where she was, not where she is now.
Yes, where I was.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, let's hope that'll change soon, right?
I choose to not discuss this matter.
We should do a segment on that.
On Tweed?
Yeah, on the legalization of it.
On marijuana.
Oh gosh,
Yes,
you didn't
should.
say that word.
Marijuana.
All right, what else do you need to bitch about?
That's enough.
That's enough? All right.
I can go all day. Oh my god, no! Okay, so Jackson's stepmom, which also she's like my best friend. We have this matching tattoo together. Wait. You see it?
Yep.
Anyway, she just had a baby. Kind of weird. Don't ask questions. But I was there for the baby being born. That shit's weird. They don't tell you that baby pop out looking like Alien. Like movie Alien. Okay? It didn't bother me. Like none of it bothered me. It was pretty freaking cool, like to witness. But man, and she was like, she stopped pushing like right as the head was like halfway out. And I said, listen, you gotta push. That baby's head's gonna be longer. Longer. I said, you gotta push. I said, you gotta push.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, that's about it.
I don't think that's how it works, man.
I don't know. I didn't like it. But look, they snagged that baby away and went like this around its head, and then boom, pretty.
Oh man, Fubar said he loved your black wedding dress.
Thank you.
I think everybody did.
I appreciate it.
No, you.
We're getting some pictures back, and they're looking really good.
You looked absolutely gorgeous, and Jackson looked pretty good as well. I gotta say.
He did look a little snazzy.
He did. He did. But
yeah.
Overall, did you guys have a good time on your trip?
Absolutely. Oh, to add to my bitch fit that you mentioned. So I was very stubborn. You saw the shoes I was wearing the night of my wedding, okay? Mm-hmm. So we were out in grass and sand. So I was wearing stilettos. So I was walking on my tiptoes all night while I was in the grass and the sand. So I didn't sink.
Right.
My toes are still numb. I'm pretty sure I have nerve damage in my feet. I'm serious. On both of my feet, my middle toes. My 3 middle toes are like numb.
You got 3 middle toes? Oh my god. You should have said the 3 toes in the middle. God damn it. You only have 2 middle toes, Kadie. She dragged that bitches right up onto the screen too, boy. I'll tell you what.
Oh, them doggies out.
Oh my gosh, that was great. No, it's like two. So these are not the three middle fingers. These are the three fingers in the middle. You only have two middle fingers, Kadie.
I sure do.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right, so I missed you. I missed you so much.
You hope.
Oh
Okay.
man. Okay, so we're back on track. We're playing a new game this week, and I'm gonna try to explain the motivation behind this. I haven't even explained this to Kadie, but back in the day, you might remember when we were doing ETX Rocks that we used to play a game called Rapid Fire. And the way Rapid Fire would work is we would essentially give 10 would you rather questions as fast as we could. And the person would have to answer them essentially without thinking. So we're going to do something very similar to that. Kadie, since it's my turn to do the game, Kadie is going to ask me 10 would you rather questions. And I have to answer them very quickly. Like without even thinking. Just choose one and then on to the next. Okay?
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and do this. Here we go.
Would you rather be universally liked but no one takes you seriously, or be universally trusted but everyone finds you annoying?
Universally trusted in being found annoying, because I think that's already probably a thing. Perhaps. I know I'm extremely annoying.
Okay. But what?
No, I can't go further than that. It has to be quick answers.
Okay. Would you rather to be able to A, morph into anyone of your choice,
Okay.
or read anyone's mind?
Read anyone's mind.
Oh my god, I love this. Okay. Would you rather eat 4 pieces of toast with a dry mouth and no water, or eat 2 heaping bowls of super soggy Cheerios?
The toast. Definitely the toast.
Okay. Okay. Would you... What?
What number are we on? That's number 3, right? So we got 7 more.
I'm counting. What? Which childhood would you have rather had? Trailer trash? Section 8? Homeschooled freak? Military brat? Orphan foster kid? Or disabled kid?
Oh my gosh. Trailer park trash.
I'm on Reddit.
Trailer park trash.
I'm with you on that. I am that. Okay.
Same.
Okay. You have $25 million of your own money in the company. Would you rather have a narcissistic CEO, an empathetic CEO, or a thankfulness, encouragement, and forward-thinking CEO leading the company?
Definitely the third one. Forward-thinking, empathetic CEO.
Okay. Which curse... Oh my god, I love this. Which curse would you rather inflict upon an enemy? Okay, you're going to love this.
Okay. All of them.
Okay. Music sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Cars within 30 feet automatically accelerate towards them. Progressively bad farts forever without reset.
Ooh. Well, I wouldn't do the second one because, like, I wouldn't want...
2 more. Huh? There's 2 more.
2 more, okay.
There's 2 more.
2 more.
Permanent cloud of bees.
Okay.
Or fatal allergy chosen at random daily without disclosure.
Well, I mean, fatal would mean they're dead, so that can't be daily. I wouldn't do the
but
car.
You never know. It's like Russian roulette.
Oh, so it could be fatal. See, even my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish death on them. So that like takes away the bees, it takes away the car, and it takes away the fatal sneeze or whatever. So it would have to be either the farts or the music. So I would probably go with the music because that would be pretty shitty to ruin somebody's music for the rest of their lives. But that wouldn't like allow them to die either. What's up, Rossberger? Welcome to the stream.
See, I like, okay, I would probably do the cars within 30 feet automatically accelerate towards them. Keep them bitches on their toes. Anyway.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want them to die and it be my fault, you know?
It doesn't, it doesn't say one or the other. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
well, fair point,
But
fair point.
I really love how clever fatal allergy chosen at random daily. So that means it changes every day without disclosure. What? That's interesting.
It's,
Anyway, that we need number 7.
okay,
We got one.
three more.
Okay. Which deadly competition would you rather? I did it again.
That doesn't work for me. God dang it. You're cheating.
What?
You are cheating.
I don't know what the fuck I'm even doing. Okay. Which deadly competition would you rather compete in? Squid Games, Hunger Games, Maze Runner. I don't know what the other 2 are.
You don't know what the other 2 are?
Yeah,
Are they blank?
Sword Art Online.
Okay.
Don't know what that is. Or Tri-Wizard Tournament.
See, Tri-Wizard Tournament was on Harry Potter.
Okay.
If I was younger, I would probably say the Hunger Games. If it was right now, I'd probably just, it wouldn't matter because I'm dead either way.
See, Hunger Games, that always scared the shit out of me. Anyway, okay. Oh my god, I love this. Wait. That doesn't... No, shut up. Okay. What? What? Okay, I love this. Okay. Alien abductions suck. But if you had to pick how you would rather be abducted, how would you rather be abducted?
Okay.
They beam you up a little too fast and you hit your head on the ceiling. Concussion and some blood. Okay?
Okay.
They sneak up behind you and put a bag over your head and you suffocate and pass out.
Okay.
They surround you and tase you a few times. They follow you in your car and blow out a tire and it flips over a few times. Or they chase after you, then release 2 dogs and they bite your legs.
All right, just sneak up behind me and put a bag over my head and I pass out.
I like the tase. I want you to come around and that, and then that's better. Okay.
Last one.
Would you rather totally forget your most humiliating moment or have everyone else forget it?
Oh.
That one's interesting.
I think I would rather everybody else forget it.
See, and I'm like, I would rather forget it.
Yeah, but if everybody else remembers it, they can remind you of it.
But my most humiliating moment, that was a while ago. And I don't fuck with nobody like I did way back then.
Okay.
So,
well,
do I really care?
For me, I would rather everybody else forget about it. That way nobody's there to remind me of it.
It bothers me for myself, but I don't really care what other people think, but it bothers me for myself. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. All right.
So if I could forget it, I could build me.
So we are on our topics now for the week. Which numbers would you like, Katie? There's 4 of them.
I think I have mine out of order, so hold on. I definitely want... Let me do 1 and 3 because...
Okay.
It's true.
You got it. Start off with number 1 right now.
All right. I talk about it all the time. There's shit closing. I always talk about the closing shit. So I might as well pick up this one. And it's not bougie, but it's like you find it in Dallas. It wasn't where I was from. Anyway, TGIFridays closes 50 stores as it prepares for bankruptcy.
That's right.
Man, okay. TGIFridays may be filing for bankruptcy with dwindling customer traffic and following the collapse of a planned acquisition. The casual dining chain is reportedly exploring bankruptcy options in a bid to restructure and stay afloat. Keep reading to learn how this company financially struggles and has... I don't give a shit. Okay, continue reading. TGI Fridays weighs bankruptcy options amid financial turmoil. According to the report by DebtWire, TGI, yeah, okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense. TGI Fridays was in discussion with advisors late last week to evaluate its next steps, including a potential bankruptcy filing. This development, because I just need to shut the fuck up. Anyway, this
I
development
have no
comes
idea
after...
where you're at. I'm trying to find it, and like I'm just scrolling through the story, and I can't find what you're reading.
See, and I think I need better glasses.
So I'm actually kind of surprised that that this restaurant lasted as long as it has, because there's a lot of really dumb people in this country. Lot of dumb people in this country, and I'm assuming that a lot of them probably don't even bother going there except for one day a week, right? They probably don't even know the place is open, like Monday through Thursday.
I've never been, because it's in Dallas, so it's bougie for me.
So I've been there a couple of times, but like they're essentially the same kind of fare as like Chili's and Jalapeno Tree, Applebee's, like places like that. It's essentially the same style of restaurant as those. No different, really. But yeah, I always kind of figured what they should do if they're actually going bankrupt. They should just open that one day a week. Thank God it's Fridays. TGIF, it's open. Let's go eat some shit.
I mean,
it would work. They might stay open a little bit longer.
For real. For real. Damn.
So now apparently the store, the restaurant still has 213 restaurants that are open nationwide. Even after these 50 that have been, or approximately 50, have been closed down.
It says the goal would be to restructure and emerge as a viable operating entity. Interesting.
And they sell things on, like, in brick and mortar stores too, like Walmart and things like that. At least they used to. I don't know if they still do, but like, especially like they've always been kind of famous for their appetizers, TGI Fridays. So, like, I remember.
I think they might sit like some shit in the frozen goods. That's like bags of like fries or some shit.
Yeah. I don't think it's like fries, but I remember they would have like jalapeno poppers and like
shit like that though.
Yep. Like the appetizers. I used to work in the frozen department, so I used to stock it all the time. To be fair, we didn't stock it often though, so they weren't selling there that much either, to be honest. So yeah, they aren't the only restaurant that is struggling though, as you mentioned. We've talked about Red Lobster. We've talked about, I forget another one that we talked about as well. It doesn't matter. Subway.
Denny's.
It was Subway, but the one we're talking about this time is not just TGI Friday. The other one is Denny's. Tell us about this one, Katie.
Wait, what?
The Denny's. We have a link on that here too.
What?
Yeah.
Am I stupid? I'm stupid. Give me Denny's.
I'm all over it. Denny's is closing 150 restaurants over the next year.
I got it. I said I would take it.
All right, you got it.
Let's see if I learned how to read within a few minutes.
Probably not. Mary Giwana.
Shut up. Marijuana. Denny's is closing 150 restaurants over the next year, and the 71-year-old diner chain is mulling a major change to its 24-hour operating hours. Okay, look, this fucking restaurant might as well just stay open like 12 to 12, like midnight to noon.
Yeah,
because that's the only time people go. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyway, 50 locations are set to close by the end of 2024, while the remaining 100 will shutter in 2025. Denny's announced in its earnings call on Tuesday. That amounts to a tenth of its restaurants leaving 1,375 locations once completed. I mean, that's quite a few left to go. I mean, anyway, a specific list of closing restaurants weren't immediately announced. Denny's is targeting underperforming restaurants that are weighing down the company's financial performance, according to Steve Dunn, Denny's Executive Vice President and Chief Global Development Officer. The affected locations are either too old to be remodeled or in the areas that have become unprofitable. The chain, best known for never closing their doors, is also making a major concession with its franchise. What?
Franchisees.
Okay, that hurted my brain. That hurted my brain. Okay, over the requirement of remaining open 24/7 since the pandemic, about a quarter of its restaurants have not returned to those around the clock hours. So Denny's is easing up on the requirement for a franchise to do so. Um, Let me see. Let me just read the rest of it. Denny's joins a broader trend of restaurants slashing hours since the pandemic. Major shifts in customer behavior, including earlier dinner times and drinking less alcohol late into the evenings, has held back or have held back a return to pre-pandemic patterns. Higher labor and food costs have also led restaurants to close earlier. For Denny's, Dunn admitted that 24/7 operating hours are a contraction that happened for everyone, and that less foot traffic during those off hours mean it didn't make sense for a restaurant to remain
So
open.
yeah, this is kind of funny because no, people aren't drinking less alcohol. People are drinking more alcohol than before the
Damn!
pandemic. But
This says their menu went from 97 items to 46.
which is actually pretty smart, to be fair.
I
Um,
mean, yeah.
that is pretty
Damn.
smart. But no, what they're trying to say is that people are drinking less alcohol late into the evenings, which is bullshit. People are drinking more alcohol, and evenings, mornings doesn't matter. People are more stressed now than they were before the pandemic. The difference
Oh, yeah.
is I am not going to a bar to pay $9 for a long neck when I can buy an entire, 6 pack of bottles, long neck bottles, for $9 and drink them at home. And my kitchen is right there, so when I get shit faced, I can just go to the fridge and make my own damn food. Whereas going to the bar is going to cost me, $6, $7, $8 a long neck, and then there's no money to go to Denny's, even if I was out drinking, which I'm not.
Yeah.
So basically, people
See,
are drinking at home more. That doesn't mean people are drinking less alcohol. It means they're drinking at home more because it's cheaper to drink at home.
and that, I mean, that, and a lot of people just, I mean, I wouldn't, I'm female, and Jackson don't drink or nothing. He works and stuff. The only time I would think about going out to a bar would be like, if he was gone or if I was going with one of my friends and stuff. It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
We'd be going to Dallas. Dallas is fucking scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've never been to Denny's. I've been I'm ambivalent about Denny's, Fubar. To be honest, I think IHOP is a better restaurant. That's just me.
Waffle House.
I think Waffle House is. I mean, they're essentially the same as Denny's in my opinion. I mean, they're nothing special in my opinion.
No,
But
but
you
it's
have
just
to
like,
remember, I haven't gotten drunk that much in my life. So like, I know that like Waffle House, Denny's, shit like that is like, let's stop on the way home kind of stuff. And now people aren't going out to drink, so the stopping on the way home isn't happening as much.
yeah.
You know, so it is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. And it looks like these restaurants, especially Denny's is more niche than TGI Fridays. Like you said, you're not going to go to a Denny's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you have all these other choices of restaurants. Like, why
Yeah.
would we choose Denny's over any of those? It just doesn't make sense. But so yeah, at least they're pivoting. They're closing down over 10% of their restaurants, and they're changing other things, shortening their menu. Not being open, and honestly, not being open overnight is going to hurt them. 100%,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah. Like I said, they should only be open at night.
Exactly. And that would be probably wouldn't be smart either, but I imagine they have probably better statistics to know when they're making the money versus when they're not. So it might make more sense to them to stay closed at night. Who knows? But let's talk about something a little more serious. I know closing downs are serious as well, but very recently, the last member of the Little Rock Nine passed away. I know we don't really talk about celebrity deaths anymore on this show, but this one caught my eye, and I thought it was something that we really should talk about, and it really kind of made me mad. that more people weren't talking about this on social media when I saw it happen. And when I think something deserves more attention, that's something that, we have a platform, so let's give it more attention, right? So her name was Thelma Mothershed Ware. She was one of 9 black students who integrated a high school in Arkansas's capital city of Little Rock in 1957, while a mob of white segregationists yelled threats and insults. She died at the age of 83, right around October 20th, somewhere in there. Mothershed Ware died Saturday. This was, again, the 21st when this was written, at a hospital in Little Rock after having complications from multiple sclerosis. Her sister Grace Davis confirmed Sunday to the Associated Press. The students who integrated Central High School were known as the Little Rock Nine. I really implore you guys to look this stuff up, too. These 9 people were absolute heroes, in my opinion. For 3 weeks in 1957, September of 1957, to be exact, Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus used the National Guard to block the black students from enrolling in Central High. This was 3 years after the U.S. Supreme Court declared that segregated classrooms were unconstitutional. So 3 years after that basically segregation in schools was deemed to be unconstitutional, the governor of Arkansas was using the National Guard to bar black students from integrating a white high school, which wasn't a white high school anymore, according to the Supreme Court. Now, President Dwight Eisenhower at the time sent members of the Army's 101st Airborne Division to escort the students into the school on September 25th, 1957. Now, you can watch documentaries and things on this on YouTube. Lots of information out there on it. But essentially, you had the Arkansas National Guard that were lined up in front of the frickin' school, and these 9 little kids were being escorted by the 101st Airborne Division of the United States fucking Army into class. Okay? How things have changed in the 70 years since. Davis said she was enrolled at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville when her sister and the other students, and I'm going to say their names because they deserve to be known. Their names were Minnie Jean Brown, Elizabeth Eckford, Ernest Green, Melba Patillo, Gloria Ray, Terrence Roberts, Jefferson Thomas, and Carlotta Walls, integrated Central High School. I didn't think anybody was really going to hurt her because, we've had racial incidents in Little Rock over the years, Davis said of her sister. People would say things that were mean, but they never really hurt anybody. Davis also said in the years that followed, she and her sister spoke about the experience. I think one time somebody put some ink on her skirt or something when she was coming through the hallway. And of course, there was always name-calling, Davis said. But she never really had any physical confrontations with any of the students up there. Now, the governor closed all of the schools in Little Rock in 1958. Okay, this was a few months later, to try to avoid further integration. Now, Mothershed went out of state in order to finish her remaining high school classes. The academic credits transferred back to Little Rock, and she ultimately earned her diploma from Central High School. She was always a fighter, Davis said of her sister. She's been sick her entire life. She was born with a congenital heart defect and was told at an early age that she would never get out of her teens. So as she approached her 16th birthday, I remember Mother talking about how afraid she was because she thought she was going to die. But she did what she wanted to do. She enjoyed life. Now, Mothershed earned a bachelor's degree in home economics education from Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and a master's degree in guidance and counseling from Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. She married Fred Ware in 1965. The couple had one son named Scott, 2 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Her husband died in 2005, and Mothershed Ware moved back to Little Rock. Now, according to the National Park Service, Mothershed Ware worked in the East St. Louis, Illinois school system for 10 years as a home economics teacher and for 18 years as a counselor for elementary career education before retiring in 1994. She also worked as the juvenile detention center of the St. Clair County Jail in Illinois and was an instructor of survival skills for women at the American Red Cross. Each member of the Little Rock Nine, I just got a pop up. Each member of the Little Rock Nine, and another pop up, was awarded a congressional gold medal, and they donated them to the William J. Clinton Presidential Library and Museum in Little Rock in 2011. So
that's cool.
Last member of the Little Rock Nine has passed away at the age of 83. Again, Thelma Mothershed Ware. Kudos to you for changing the world for the better. I saw that. I was upset that it wasn't getting more attention. And I hope you guys, if you are hearing the sound of my voice, will check that story out because they are all heroes, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the opposite of a hero is what, Kadie?
Murderers!
That's right! We segued into our next story. Kadie, lead it into our next story.
Hey, and I helped that time.
You did. I'm proud of you.
Oh shit! Come back.
Actually,
okay,
the opposite of a hero is a villain, Kadie. A villain.
No, I know, but in this situation, they're fucking murderers. Anyway, are the Menendez brothers getting released? What to know about the resentencing decision? Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon?
I think it's Gascon.
Okay.
I think so.
I was going to say District Attorney George has filed a petition to resentence Eric and Lyle Menendez, opening the possibility of parole for the brothers serving life sentences for the murder of their parents. Attorney George unveiled his long-awaited decision in the infamous case on Thursday, saying the brothers have paid their debt to society. Yeah, okay. The petition asked the court to resentence the men to 50 years to life on 2 counts of first-degree murder, according to the copy obtained by USA Today. Under California law, they would be eligible for youth parole since they were under the age of 26 at the time of the crime, and they have already served 30 years in prison. Now that the district attorney's office has filed the petition, it will go before a judge. If the judge sides with the defense and the district attorney, a parole board will evaluate whether the brothers have been rehabilitated and are safe to re-enter society. Ugly bastards. Anyway, at a Thursday news conference, Nancy Thieber?
I'm going to go with Theberge. Theberge.
Okay. Deputy of charge of
Okay, look, pause right here. If you're going to be in the newspaper, could we have an easier to pronounce name, please? And if your name is Nancy Theberge or Charles Gascon, and we have to figure out how to pronounce that shit, tell somebody else how to what you're gonna say, and make sure their name is Howard Smith or some shit like that. Because this shit is hard.
If you're having to sit and think about it, that's how we know it's bad.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, we got our names. At a Thursday news conference, Nancy, deputy in charge of George resentencing unit, said she would like to see the petition for resentencing go before a judge within the next 30 to 45 days. She added that the brothers could attend the hearing either in person or via Zoom. They need to fucking be there. Anyway, the momentous decision, Lord, came after the brothers' attorney filed new evidence last year. They said shed light on abuse suffered at the hands of their father, Jose Menendez, a wealthy music executive. In the recent months, the brothers' family, as well as celebrities and human rights advocates, urged George offices to release the convicted men, citing the new evidence and evolution in the understanding of sexual abuse victims. The Menendez brothers were convicted in 1996 for the murder of their parents, Jose and Katie Menendez, after their first high-profile televised trial ended in a hung jury. Their lawyers argued they could act in self-defense, and they were sexually abused by both parents. Prosecutors said the abuse never happened, and the brothers were seeking their parents' fortune. They then valued at about $15 million. The case gained fresh attention following a recent slew of documentaries and a controversial true crime drama that is actually really good, which all of which has hastened developments in the case. Here's what we need to know about the case in the Menendez brothers' uncertain path to freedom. What happens next? Yo, Nancy said Thursday the resentencing unit will coordinate with the defense to set up a court date so the petition requesting resentencing can be heard. The judge overseeing the hearing will then rule on the petition and decide whether the brothers will be eligible for parole. If the judge agrees the brothers should be resentenced, they will go before a parole board, which will primarily evaluate whether they are rehabilitated and safe to be released, which I don't like that. We don't really need the next part, do we? The district attorney, that part? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would say let's go to what led to the district attorney's decision.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's get to that. Okay. George, the attorney, told reporters Thursday that he made the decision about an hour before the news conference in which he announced the bombshell development. He said his decision came after a careful review of the arguments on both sides, with some staff in his office arguing for the immediate release and others arguing they should stay in prison for the rest of their lives. He said his staff disagrees on whether they believe the boys were molested. After evaluating the evidence, the district attorney came to the belief that the brothers were subjected to a large amount of dysfunction in the home and molestation, he said, adding, I believe under the law, resentencing is appropriate. Another factor
right
in
there.
his...
I would stop right there. Let's stop there. So essentially, there's two different groups of people, in my opinion. And I already know where Kadie stands, and I can see where Fubar stands as well in our chat. And that is that these brothers do not deserve to be out of prison, right? So essentially what you guys believe, I'm assuming, is that they brutally murdered their parents and they deserve to be locked up for life. Correct, Kadie? Is that your place?
I mean, I just think if you murder people, you should, your life's gone too, but...
Yeah, but the word murder is so open-ended, right? There's lots of different kinds of murder.
Yes,
It just depends on a lot of things, right? And so that's
like
one.
they're probably not gonna. Well, that was just looking in the. That's my speculation from the show. So.
Well, it depends on which show too. There's multiple different shows, but
I'm talking about the one that the people from the Dahmer people made.
Okay, so the Netflix show where.
Yes.
Okay, so it depends.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna
you got to remember that whoever makes these shows, they can put
as their point of view.
Yeah, their agenda. They can put any spin they want on it. Blah 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 blah. Right. So
I know.
But anyway, there's two veins of thought here. The first is they brutally murdered their parents. They deserve death or life in prison without parole. There's that group of people. And then there's the group of people that believe wholeheartedly that these two brothers were sexually abused and molested by their father. And that because of that they were mentally unstable, and that's why they murdered their parents. Now, those people on that side of the aisle believe that the act was justified because of years and years of alleged sexual abuse and molestation. Okay? Now, those people believe that the only reason why they were convicted is because they killed their mother, too. And both sides agree that the mother had nothing to do with any alleged molestation and sexual abuse. So if the father was sexually abusing them, why kill the mother too? That's essentially why people believe on both sides that they were convicted. They could not explain away the murder of the mom as well as the dad if the dad was the one that they were afraid of. Go ahead, Kadie.
That's not that. I mean, that's not that hard of an explanation. If we believe that they were molested, she'd let it happen.
And so that's what the boys say. That's what the boys have said. But they did not say that at the time of the trial.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
what a lot of people believe, and I'll get to your comment in a second, Fubar, give me 1 second. What a lot of people on this side of the aisle who believe they brutally murdered their parents believe is that their defense attorney came up with this story of the molestation and that it didn't actually happen. Okay? Now, you talked about new evidence, right? And why would this district attorney all of a sudden, and you have to remember the district attorney is on the side of the city. They're the ones that prosecute these criminals, right? So this is not a defense attorney that wants to get these boys resentenced. This is literally the law. Okay, the person that's in charge of the law in LA County that's trying to get them resentenced. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, even in your own quote in the article, he said that people within his own office were mixed on whether they were molested and sexually abused or not. However, what this article does not mention is the new evidence. And that new evidence is a member of the Hispanic music group Menudo has come out and said that he was brutally sexually assaulted by Jose Menendez. So now you have corroborating evidence years and years later that these boys were telling the truth. And if that's the case, then they do deserve a resentencing. That's my opinion, just from the legal side of things. Does that mean I think they were justified in killing their mom? Of course not. Okay, if their mom had nothing to do with it, blah, 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 I understand that she should not have been killed. However, Kadie made a good point. When you are being abused, anybody who you feel knows about the abuse and does nothing to stop it, in the mind of the abused, that person is just as culpable as the person that's doing the abusing. They are just as responsible in their mind.
And the way, okay, and the show I'm watching, it really is like it's all kind of, it's very open-ended, which this is why I like it, because like it shows you like all of this shit, and it claims, and like it shows you what the brothers are saying versus like it shows you like both sides of the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like how they were growing up and everything like that, and like the dad, all that kind of shit. But in there, it also shows mom like alcoholic, pill popper. I'm sure they're claiming that. And if that's also the case, then that's worse.
So Fubar has made a couple of comments in the live chat. And guys, if you are watching on YouTube and Spotify later on, I implore y'all to come check us out on Twitch when we are live. And you can participate in the actual recording of the podcast. The first one that Fubar said is, I do believe they were molested by their dad, but their mom was innocent and they killed her execution style. Sort of.
Yeah.
And number two, I still think they did it for the money because of the way they tried to cover up the murder and their spending habits after the fact. And that second statement, Fubar, is one of the things 100% that got them convicted. 100%.
That nailed the coffin.
That's right. Their behavior after the act was very celebratory, in my opinion. And that was the, if you watch these new shows that have come out nowadays, where, you know, the defense attorney is like trying to kind of, you know, move past some of these things that are very damaging to her client, that was one of the things that was very damaging to their clients. Now, we can't look at it that way, though, because they were convicted back then, right? So you have to look at it like this. They were convicted, a jury of their peers sentenced them for the crime, and they have thus far served their time on the crime, okay? What we have to determine is whether or not they deserve a resentencing hearing, okay? And basically, the corroborating evidence says somebody else was brutally sexually assaulted by the same person, and almost word for word is the exact same thing that Lyle was saying was done to him, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's corroborating, and that might be enough, legally speaking, to resentence. And because of their age at the time of the crime, they would be eligible for parole. That doesn't mean they will get parole. So then you have to look at the 35 years that they've served since this case went down, and what kind of what kind of prisoners have they been? Have they been in trouble? Have they been model citizens in prison? Did they have a record when the crime was committed originally? All of those things are going to come into play. So if their records are clean in prison and they didn't have priors when they committed the crime, I think they have a good chance of getting out.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, again, it's the DA, it's the district attorney that's essentially fighting for them, not the defense, which is very interesting. So
I don't know how I feel about it personally. Like, I don't know. I mean,
essentially what you have to try to determine is, do you believe they were molested, okay, and sexually abused? I think it's likely they were, which means if you believe that, then you have to understand that there is likely going to be some self-defense actions being done.
Here's my biggest problem. There are a lot of fucking people that are abused that don't abuse or kill or hurt other people.
I agree. And again, the original conviction was made because of 3 reasons, I believe. A, the attack was premeditated, it was carefully planned, and it was carefully covered up. That's A. B, they killed the mom, even though she had no culpability in the actual abuse of the 2 kids. Now, does she have secondhand responsibility in the minds of the kids? Perhaps, but there's no direct abuse from her to the children. And C, the celebratory spending of the money after the fact. Those are the 3 reasons they got convicted, in my opinion. So basically, what you have to do now, as the legal system, is have they been rehabilitated? So we all know that they're criminals. Maybe justifiably criminals. I mean, that's a matter of opinion too.
Rehabilitated, they hated their fucking parents and they killed their parents. Like, another thing, do we believe they're going to kill again or no?
I personally don't think they would. I think it's very.
I don't think they would either.
I don't think. I think when a district attorney is saying that he believes somebody's rehabilitated, they don't typically come out and say that unless they know it, because the district attorney is a duly elected position. So essentially he answers to the citizens of his county, and if he doesn't believe it, then he has to be careful because he can be very easily voted out. And this is a very high profile case. So if these Menendez brothers get out and they do something else, this guy's career is over, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I'd love to hear people's opinions on this out there if you are watching us. Do you believe they're rehabilitated? Do you believe they deserve to get out? I find it all interesting. But yeah, I've watched 2 or 3 of these shows that have come out recently, and the spin is different on all of them. It's so weird. If you watch it, like you watch this one and the spin is towards the Menendez brothers. You watch this other one and it's like, nah, these kids are really, really bad. You know?
This one that I'm watching, I like a lot because it seems more informative. Now, it shows like that they were abused, and that is a belief, like that's there.
Well, you're talking about the Netflix one, though, where they're really trying to make it look like the defense attorney came up with the abuse.
I haven't got that far yet, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not finished with it. I'm maybe, I don't know how many episodes there are. Maybe done with the fourth.
I think she's already involved in that though. Fubar said if they do get out, they will be the next O.J. Simpson, where they will not be a good citizen. Yeah, and that may not be representative of the fact that they're good or bad people. That could just be representative that they've been lifelong prisoners. They haven't lived a free life.
Yes.
I mean,
And
you know,
also, like, another, how old are they now?
now I think they're well, they were 17 and 19 at the time, and it's been 35 years. So I'm going to say 52 and 54, perhaps. That's my guess. Let's see if I'm right. 52 and
I'm good.
54 is my guess.
53 and 56.
Oh shit! I was close.
Yeah.
I know they were. I know one of them was, I think, 17 or 18 at the time of the crime.
Another question. Can they even live in society after?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, again, it depends on what their finances are going to look like. But yeah, if they get out, they're leaving LA. They'll go somewhere quiet, like in the mountains or something like that. If they're smart, that's what they'll do. But
No, but how are they, like, they're not gonna know what the fuck to do.
I'm
Like,
sure.
they had their entire lives handed to them, for one.
Yeah, but when you got people like Kardashian fighting for you, I mean,
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's fighting for them. I'm sure if they get out, they'll be fine. Um, Speaking of getting out and not being fine, Liam Payne. So there are so many
That
jokes
was a
we could make
bad
here.
segue.
We're not going to make all the jokes here. There's a lot of jokes that can be made here. I'm not a fan of One Direction or Liam Payne. That doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be talked about. But I wanted to kind of look at this from a different aspect. Obviously, Liam Payne was a member of One Direction. Recently passed away in Buenos Aires, Argentina, falling to his death. And let's talk a little bit about one little vein of this that hasn't really been talked about a whole lot. And that's kind of the avenues that Katie and I are looking for is, we talk about famous things and big stories, but we try to find a different angle to chat about. And this
Yep.
one is a modern drug cocktail that has been linked to Liam Payne's death. And we're going to try to explain what that is and what it does. So it is called pink cocaine. A modern drug cocktail that has been linked to the death of pop star Liam Payne is prompting concern from health officials as it spreads around Europe. The former One Direction star had reportedly taken the mixture of drugs known as pink cocaine before his death. Now, a partial autopsy turned up all the drugs that comprise the cocktail. An anonymous Argentinian source familiar with the toxicology report told the Associated Press. Now, crack cocaine and benzodiazepine were also said to be present in Mr. Payne's system at the time of his death. But that is not part of the cocktail known as pink cocaine, which is interesting. The 31-year-old musician was on a trip to Argentina when he fell from a hotel balcony and sustained fatal injuries. Tributes have been pouring in for the singer, including from his former One Direction bandmates who say they were completely devastated by his death. Here's everything you need to know about the drug mixture linked to Mr. Payne's death. Pink cocaine is a synthetic mixture of drugs, which typically does not actually include cocaine. The three most common substances that can be found in it are MDMA, ketamine, and 2C-B. Ketamine is the drug that was
Horse trank.
Huh?
Horse trank.
Yeah, but that was the drug that was linked to Matthew Perry's death. Ketamine.
Yep.
Now, MDMA, or otherwise known as ecstasy, is a common party drug with stimulant and minor psychedelic properties. Ketamine, which is similarly popular, is a powerful anesthetic with dissociative, sedative, and hallucinogenic effects. I can see why Katie didn't want anything to do with this story now. There's a lot of frickin' syllables in this one.
I actually would have been better at pronouncing this one than the legal shit.
2CB is a less commonly known substance. It is a potent psychedelic drug with hallucinogenic and stimulant effects. MDMA and 2CB are both Class A drugs, while ketamine is a Class B drug. This dangerous drug cocktail makes for an incredibly potent experience. It has been linked to a growing number of drug-related deaths in recent years. The drug is typically found in powder or pill form and is recognizable for its vibrant pink color, artificially added to make it more appealing. Like psychedelic drugs is not appealing enough. A key expert concern around pink cocaine, sometimes known as 2C, arises from the... So wait a minute. The cocktail has a nickname of pink cocaine, which has a nickname of 2C.
Fucking stupid.
It arises from the unpredictable mix of substances, each carrying its own risks. While the name may suggest to users that they will be taking cocaine, it will likely be several other drugs. The inclusion of ketamine is of particular concern, as abuse of that substance can lead to loss of consciousness and difficulty breathing, which can lead to death in some cases. Now, dating back to the 70s, the drug resurfaced in its modern form in Colombia around 2010, quickly grew to popularity in Latin America, and has now spread to Europe. Pink cocaine has gained a reputation as a designer drug in recent years and is marketed as a high-end product at around 76 pounds per gram, according to a report. What do you think of this whole situation with Liam Payne, Katie?
Well, for one, it's really sad. For two, it amazes me. Like, everyone in their life, or everyone listening to this, everyone on the planet has been involved in their life somehow. Whether it's them, somebody they know, everybody's had a taste of it.
Yep.
You know? And this is just... like, it's getting so insane. Like, I've never done any of this shit, let me just say, but I know my stuff, and I like to stay well educated especially about, I don't know why this interests me. I don't know. It just does. But, like, this shit is insane. If you guys... I don't think for people. Okay, I had a friend that did ketamine all the time. Okay, I would see him on that. That was insane. Like, and then combine it with ecstasy, and then 2C-B. Like, it's getting so insane. Like, it's all cocktails now.
Yep.
Like, this thing isn't enough. Let's add this. This isn't enough. Let's add this. Like, it's sad, but also, and like, we're making it pink. Like, what?
More appealing.
Yeah, let's make it let's brand it pink cocaine,
because every rich person that's right, Fubar. And that's the thing, right? Like, so many people already know that these cocktails are dangerous. Like, and these,
they're all dangerous themselves. I mean,
yeah,
maybe not like
we talked about this a few episodes ago with the 27 Club, where so many young people are dying without knowing. Well, they know, but addiction overshadows the risk in their mind. I mean, at some point in time, somebody that cares about these people that are doing these dangerous drug cocktails, they have to put their foot down. Like, you have to stand up to them and try to get them help, at least, somehow, if you love them, right?
And I understand people have problems, and I don't understand. Okay, obviously I don't understand because I haven't done hard drugs, but being around, like, people that have been on ketamine, on heroin, fentanyl, this is like, they wouldn't do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, these rich people are fucking retarded. I can't say that word anymore. Not right. I'll just say that.
It's just... I mean, you and I have not done hard drugs, but we understand addiction. right? And whether
Yeah.
we've all been addicted to something, whether it's hard drugs or alcohol or soft drugs or food or, I mean, there's so many different things you can be addicted to. So we all understand addiction. And addiction is one of those things that is just not something you can attach any kind of logic to, right? You just
No.
can't do it because that's the nature of addiction. And so you need somebody that's got that logic there to step forward. You have love for the human, and you know they're doing something that could cause them to stop breathing and not exist anymore. And so, like, as a fan of Elvis, for example, I mean, I'm still pissed off that, like, his entire crew, like, nobody stood up. And the only person that stood up to him had to take off. She had to divorce him because everybody was against her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, with the Elvis situation, it was just a bunch of people. They had a golden goose, and they needed the golden goose to perform so that they could the golden goose could make the money to pay all of them. So you do what the golden goose wants, but at some point in time, somebody has to apply logic to the situation and understand that once the golden goose stops breathing, nobody's being paid anymore.
Yep.
And I mean, that was 1977 when Elvis passed away. So we're almost 50 years from that, and these patterns are still happening with famous people. It's sad, man.
And like, I don't know. Like, it's not like I really would like to understand the mindset. And maybe it's because they're rich and they can get hands on all these drugs and make a cocktail. But like I said, everyone I know that I know a lot of people that have been on a lot of drugs personally, and none of them would do that kind of shit.
Right.
I know people personally that mix meth and heroin, and they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. And see, that's my point. I think that fame, money, and power, I think it changes a person's sense of mortality. You know, I think they believe, well, it can't happen to me. I'm rich, I'm famous, I'm powerful, and, you know, it can't happen to me. I'm Liam Payne. I don't know if that's the case in his case, but it seems to be prevalent in the society of, you know, the upper elite. A lot of people that are rich, powerful, and famous dying of drug cocktails and, you know, all of these things. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. You know, obviously it was a slightly different thing, but still was, you know, linked to addiction. There's just too much of this. Matthew Perry, more recently. There's just too much. It sucks. It's no different than Diddy. Why are you going to do such crazy stuff when you're rich? That's the thing, Fubar. They don't think anything will happen to them because they're bulletproof, they're rich, they're famous, they're immortal, they're young. All of these things add up to it won't happen to me. I can't be touched. You know? I don't know, man. It's too bad. I know Liam Payne was loved by millions of people around the world, so it sucks for all of those people that really loved him. And obviously, One Direction was one of those boy bands that was absolutely, you know, obsessed over by young girls all over the planet. So there's a lot of young girls that are hurt by this. I know a couple myself that are in the music business that this really, really, you know, hit them hard, and so I'm looking out for them, and that's why I refuse to tell the dark humor jokes that are so easily inserted into this story. There's a million of them that you can tell here, but Kadie, I know we said we were going to talk about Chapel Roan tonight, but I think we're going to move that to next time. I'm going to keep it where it is in the outline. I'm also not going to do a weird but true. We're at 90 minutes. And I'm thinking maybe going forward we should try to stay right at 90 minutes, if possible. But, man, it's so good to laugh and see your face again. even though some of our stories this week were upsetting for sure.
Yeah.
I love talking to you just about things that, either A, everybody's talking about and nobody's talking about a certain part of the story, or B, things like the Little Rock Nine that nobody's talking about and they should be talking about. So even though we are a small show, it's nice to talk about things that we feel should be getting more press, I guess.
Yeah. Might have been a more serious episode, but I think we touched on some good things.
I agree. I think the most important of them all is finally Denny's is going out of business.
Yeah. Fuck their spaghetti.
Grand slam that, motherfucker!